The following is a presentation from PokerStars.com. Previously on the big game, the loose cannon waited all week to make a move.
So want to push. I so want to push.
And last night, David Fishman finally caught his big break.
I'm not going to let you do this to me again, Phil.
This is officially the sickest hand of the night.
It's like Ali Frazier.
I'm all.
All right, I call.
You cracked him like an egg. It's unreal.
Then he shut things down for the rest of the night.
I lay down pocket aces.
You had aces free flop?
While the poker brat was sent to the rail.
Can I even play in this game? I mean, what the?
Tonight, see if the fish can keep his eye on the prize.
Dodging that bullet makes me think I should play one more hand.
Or will all of his dreams come crashing down? It all happens now.
Hi-ya!
This is the PokerStars.com Big Game.
Welcome once again to the big game from Vegas. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, where tonight the excitement level has been turned up a notch in our state-of-the-art poker room with $1 million on the table.
Jason Mercier took Helmuth's seat, but not his chips. It's easy to buy in for $250,000 when you win every single tournament.
09 main event champ Joe CADA has actually rebounded as the week's gone on. CADA added on twice and is now stuck less than 20 grand.
After a serious ATV accident 2 weeks ago, Phil Laak has been nursing himself back to health, both in life and the big game, finally showing a profit, $2,800.
At one point last night, DW had just $9,600 remaining. He's got a little of it back, but he's still miles away from Profitville.
They call him the businessman. He calls himself Supreme Donkey. Either way, for Bill Perkins, business is good. He's up over 50 grand.
And the loose cannon's David Fishman from Tempe, Arizona. The 35-year-old math teacher survived bone cancer in his early 20s. And before yesterday, his biggest win in a night was $420. Right now, he's up six figures and is with Amanda Leatherman.
David, you have a wife and twins at home. You're up $135,000. How could this change your life?
Mind-blowing, just mind-blowing. I'm completely numb right now. My kids are secure. I'm going to start funds for my kids. No more teaching summer school.
Amazing.
Vacations every summer.
Describe how you're feeling right now. What are those emotions?
It hasn't fully sunk in yet, so I'm still a little numb. I really just wish my family was here. I wish my wife was here. She had to leave this morning. So she couldn't be here right now with me. I just want to go and just give her a huge hug. But first thing I'm going to do when I get home, her and my kids.
I bet she's going to be happy anyway, even though she's not. She's going to be stoked.
I think she'll be a little happy, yeah. I think so.
All right, let's see if you can hold on to it.
Thank you.
Loose Cannon staked 100 grand and keeps all money above the initial 100,000. The Loose Cannon who wins the most money at season's end earns a North American Poker Tour passport worth $50K.
Would you like to play with us?
I would.
All right, excellent.
I definitely want to play today.
Did you phone a friend and now you changed your mind?
Feeling a little different today, I don't know.
David is in a comfortable position right now, leading Nadia Magnus by more than $71,000 for the passport, which includes expenses and buy-ins to a series of NAPT events. Chris, you got a wife and two kids. How long is that 130 going to last him?
One word, orthodontics. Action folds to Mercier, who raises. Fishman's out.
Call this hand the Sioux in Houston.
They call it what?
The Sioux.
Perkins calls. Williams
I
out.
played in Houston like 10 times, so.
So you might know what the Sioux is.
Actually, I've never been to Houston, I lied.
Sick, you just got Merce rolled.
Jack 10 suited for lock. Calls.
It's more than that, Phil.
String call.
I knew what you were doing.
Give the guy a break. He's pulling a Jim Abbott over there.
The flop, 8-8-6, grabs everybody's interest.
That's right. No one hits, but everyone's got some of each other's outs.
Lock with a flush draw bets 4,200.
It's a donk bet semi-bluff.
Mercier a gut shot. Folds. Action on Perkins with an open ender.
Bill Perkins has folded almost 0 flops this week.
What you got, Phil?
Best hand. What am I supposed to do, you know?
All right.
Perkins calls.
Gamble.
No gamble, no future.
No gamble, no future.
The turn, 7 of hearts, gives Perkins the upper hand. Action on Lock, who's also picked up a straight draw. Checks.
Now that Perkins actually has something, he has to decide whether it's good enough to bet for value or just try to get it to showdown.
6,000.
That's 6,000.
By betting here, Bill Perkins makes it less likely that Laak will try to bluff the river if he misses.
Laak calls with his flush draw.
It's one of the sloppiest 6,000 calls I've ever seen.
Man's got one arm. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Cut him some
I
slack.
forgot, my bad.
The river, Jack of Hearts gives Laak top pair.
Laak made a hand, but not the one he really wanted.
He checks.
Perkins did get that free showdown if he wants it.
Such a fish. 2 pair.
Me too. Sorry, buddy.
Laak wins a pot of nearly 26K.
Oh, I knew you were. You can rib me now. It's time for the ribbing. Come on, you got me. Now you got me. Now you got me.
So the best hand gets there for the Unabomber as we take a look at the rules of the big game. Each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit, then no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. And every player begins with at least 100 grand, but can reload for up to $500,000.
Last night we saw the cannon rock up after he turned a 6-figure profit. We'll see if he changes his approach in the home stretch.
Perkins straddled, Williams double straddled, so action on Laak.
Me and David Fishman are on lockdown. Right?
Oh yeah, Phil. You're
LDP, lockdown
on
poker.
lockdown, Phil?
Yep, LDP.
LAAK down poker.
Yeah, my little package.
Action folds to Mercier. Ace tray. Raises to 4,700. Fishman, pocket pair.
He folded aces and kings pre-flop last night to protect his lead.
Not even taking it out of neutral here. Perkins is out. Williams, ace 4.
Raise pot.
Re-raises.
Looks like a crazy move with ace-4, right? Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. But Williams probably realizes that since Fishman's on lockdown, Mercier's going to raise his big blind extra super light.
How much do you have? 20 more?
Mercier folds.
Almost played like a no-limit hand. You had to straddle to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, earlier this week, we noticed Williams was playing very aggressively and wondered, Joe, if he would keep it up.
Well, David is currently second in both VPIP and 3-betting percentages. And while he leads the table in pots 1, he's been, as Phil Hellmuth described, a train speeding downhill who's not good at putting the brakes on.
Hasn't exactly paid off for Williams, who's stuck over 65K.
Yeah.
There was a ping pong table at Panorama, and then it disappeared. I don't know where it went, but I
Where,
wanted
in
it
the
back
gym?
somewhere. There was one in the gym in the Tower 1. And I want to put that thing on it where you can hit the balls continuously, like the little machine shoots them out.
Fold it up.
Yeah, but then when the balls, as long as you get some of them back there, it refuels and it just keeps going. So you can just be a
there's
manic.
a giant net.
Yeah. I want to, that's
And it's also good for like when you're practicing, like.
one specific kind of thing that's weak on your, like a backhand.
No, you do. What you do is you put a whole like tons of balls like right in front of you, practice all your serves right into it, then start the machine, then like hit it back, then practice all your serves again.
Oh, that's cool.
Joe CADA is actually a disgusting ping pong player. And Mrs. CADA, cover your ears, but beer pong as well.
Well, her son folds. Mercier, pair 4s. Raises. Fishman, out.
Fishman, Foldman.
Perkins calls. Ace-Jack for David Williams.
It's a better hand than the last one he raised with.
He calls.
He's out of position to the original raiser, and he's got one caller in front of him.
3 to the flop. Deuce, tray, 7, 2 spades. Perkins with a flush draw.
Check.
He checks. Williams checks.
It's tough to flop only one overcard with 4s, and there are some draws Jason can get value from.
Mercier bets 3,300.
The only thing the businessman folds is the Wall Street Journal. Even then, he still probably reads it online.
He raises to 10,500. That gets Williams out of the way.
If Jason's been following the action, he knows how aggressive Perkins has been, and with that reputation, his semi-bluffs are going to work less often on these wet boards.
The reality of this moment is hitting David Fishman, who's up 3 times his yearly salary right now. This hand continues. with Mercier making the call. The turn. King of spades gives Perkins a flush.
Perkins gets there. You know, I usually say there's no crying in poker, but in this case, I think it's understandable.
Agreed. Perkins bets 15,000. That gets Mercier to lay it down. Bill Perkins has turned a profit of almost 47,000.
It's starting to sink in a little bit.
And that's what this experience is all about. The big game is just getting going. Much more from Las Vegas coming your way after this. Welcome back to Las Vegas, where ASU math teacher David Fishman is looking at a number he never thought was possible. He has turned a six-figure profit on the big game, and that'll have huge implications in the game of life.
I mean, I'm not thinking about what the money is actually going to mean, and I know it's going to mean so much. It's going to mean so much. This is my kid's future. This is everything in a nutshell. So this is huge. This is basically a home poker player's dream come true. You sit at home, you watch these professionals on TV, and you always think, I just want to sit with them for one hand. And now I got a chance to sit with them for 150, and no risk. You got to take it and run with it. Dream come true.
It's nice to see someone win life-changing money on television with a little more skill than picking a numbered briefcase.
You're gonna have a lot of stories when you get back.
Oh, yeah.
That 10 of hearts, you're gonna frame the 10 of hearts on your mailbox, you know? Every time your garage door opener is gonna have like a 10 heart sticker on it or something. There's gonna be a 10 hearts on your keychain or something. There's gonna be, you're gonna get a 10 hearts keychain so that you're just like ding, like, ding.
10 of hearts was the card that gave Fishman a straight against Phil Hellmuth.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do though. If any of the tournaments are during the school year, I don't know how easily it is gonna be.
Don't take any sick days.
You just do a 1 year sabbatical.
I'm already taking one today.
You do a 1 year sabbatical and you take your wife on a 1 year vacation.
Yeah, you could take a 1 year off and just say, I'm taking a year off.
And then in between tournaments.
I don't want to take a year off though. I like teaching.
Right. You gotta collect that value, bro. You hit a 50K, like a 10K tournament for like, you know, a quarter ball or a mill ski.
I'll find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows what a quarter ball or a mill skew means.
Action on David Williams.
A mill ski? That's $1 million. Yeah.
Raises.
A quarter ball is a $250,000.
I know what it is. Yeah.
I just wanted him to call, you know?
I know your lingo.
Right.
Phil, is he in the endless trunks of money column now?
No, it's not endless.
Translate
that's for
it to
darn
Turkish
sure.
lira, yeah.
Yeah, Turkish.
Lock folds. CADA. Ace queen.
And CADA knows Williams' button range is pretty wide.
Oh, okay.
Re-raises to 5,900.
Rolling, dude.
This would be an awfully loose call.
But he makes it.
David Williams is stuck and is straight up just looking to get lucky here.
Heads up to the flop. Queen tray 10, top pair for CADA.
This is just the flop you want to see with ace queen. David Williams, on the other hand, is completely bricked.
CADA bets 8,100.
They're gonna be like, you know, the businessman. In the
Williams
back.
folds. Joe CADA was down 80,000 at one point earlier this week, but now he is almost even.
What's that noise I hear? Oh my God, they're playing Daniel Negreanu's music.
Hey,
Oh my gosh, look who it is.
I know.
What are
Exciting
you
stuff.
doing?
I just came to see what's going on. Is he playing a lot of hands now still?
No, he's not playing any hands. He's up like 135,000.
He's up like wow, that's awesome. You know what? I tell you what. That's one of the things about the show. He can't quit, so he has to pay the blinds.
Right.
And I guess he doesn't want to get involved with like aces or kings. And if he came in with a goal and he's reached it, I see nothing wrong with it. You know.
You know what? I agree. David Fishman's a father of two, working on a teacher's salary. Who are we to argue with the tact he's taken?
It's not like he just showed up at a casino for a hit and run. He's played our format. He's playing by the rules. It's his money now, and he can do what he wants with it.
And Jason Mercier has raised to 1,500 with his money. 8-5 for Fishman. And for the 37th straight hand, he will not see a flop. Perkins folds. Williams calls.
Another pretty loose call out of position.
Locks in
Playing
two.
with profits, Phil. Playing with profits.
What can I do?
So I have to bet like 12,000.
Just cut into this, yeah.
Tray 7, deuce. Williams
Check.
checks his straight draw. Lock checks middle pair.
Mercier looks like he's got it in mind to continue his pre-flop aggression.
His C-bet's worth 3,200.
If David called pre-flop with this hand trying to get unstuck, he can't fold now that he has a gut shot.
He does call. And so does Laak.
Phil Laak has made the right read on this situation. His pair of threes is the best hand for now.
The turn, 5 of spades gives Williams a straight. He checks. Laak checks. And Mercier checks.
Mercier doesn't bite.
3 of clubs on the river.
Awesome card for David Williams. Terrible card for Phil Laak.
Williams bets 5,000.
Now that Laak's got trips, he might raise here. The flush missed, and only ace-4 and 4-6 hit straights.
David, could I see your stack?
Laak
Is that a call?
Yes, sir.
calls. Mercier folds.
Somehow Laak had the sense to just call in that spot.
Williams picks up a pot of nearly 25,000.
Phil Laak, how old are you?
Too old for this, Ragged.
No, how old are you exactly? We got bets over here.
Yeah, yeah.
I was born in the dark.
I'm betting 43. The big mystery America wants to know, Phil Laak, is how old are you?
He ignores.
He doesn't want to hear it.
I was born in the dark.
Make you feel good?
I was born at 4:41 a.m.
I know.
Wikipedia.
We can find out right now. Google it. I'm sure you can find it out.
It's true. I could be 50.
Wikipedia.
No, I'll bet under 50.
Guarantee he's in there.
I might be over 50.
Really?
Will you take the bet?
I bet you that he's in Wikipedia.
What do you think he
I
is?
don't want to get involved gambling him into it.
According to Wikipedia, Laak is 38, but then again, Wikipedia also said David Beckham was a goalkeeper in 1700s China.
You in Wikipedia? For sure. You're in Wikipedia. What am I gonna say?
Mercier raises. Fishman folds. Same with Perkins. Williams. 7-6. See ya.
Obviously.
Laak. 7-4. Out. And CADA folds two.
One time for my man. Good job, man. You did it the best way, too, because you took the right guy's money. You made everyone so happy, and yourself the most. So you getting any good hands since then?
A couple.
Yeah? You've been raising, getting
Claims
in there?
aces and kings.
You
Claims
folded aces and kings before the flop? You don't think he did?
Well, I made a bet.
You bet. 43, right?
I was born at 4:41 a.m.
In darkness?
in darkness.
If you want to make it seven-handed for a sucker, let me know.
You're in.
You're in.
They don't even hesitate. That's bad news. I probably shouldn't play.
I think there's a camera here and there. You get two seats that you can
Just
pick.
get two
You can
seats.
play
How about I play his discards? Whatever he throws away, I'll play.
Let's do it.
You're in.
We would love it.
Hang on.
You're in.
Ooh, hang on. No, never mind. I don't want to burn your money up.
That would be great. Can we do that?
I play his discards?
We would love that.
I've done that before.
I know. I've seen it.
It's fun. How much did I kill the game for?
Like a lot.
Pretty good. I'm good at that. I might be better with people's discards than my own cards.
Bye, Daniel.
Perkins limped. Williams raised. Laak and CADA fold.
Yeah, I know.
Mercier calls. Perkins calls.
Good luck.
With Mercier and Williams sharing cards, Perkins is almost a dead heat to end up with the winner.
9 deuce king. Everybody whiffs. Mercier checks. Perkins checks.
Spread the pot a little bit for me.
Williams bets 5,000.
David continues to be that speeding train. Choop, choop.
Mercier folds. Perkins folds. And a third straight win for Williams, who's now stuck a little more than 50 grand.
Earned it. I had to raise and had to have the courage and the heart to make that bet.
Yeah, I'm just so angry at the times you.
Big hand. But no, not a bet.
I've been trying to catch you.
You know, it's gonna hurt if I lose a hand and have to crack into one of these popping bright orange chips.
Aw, poor Phil Laak.
This is rivaling my wedding and my kid's birth. Nah, maybe not that high.
You may want to consult the wife on that one, David.
Definitely top 20. No, top 10, top 5, top 3. It could very well be top 3.
More of the big game after this. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the big game. If you want to get more in-depth with the big game, you can see bonus hands, extra stats on this table, as well as footage deemed too hot for TV on the website.
Now I don't have to do any crazy restraddling and get in. 50K, I can actually play poker now.
Right?
I don't have to restraddle and then hope to 3-bet somebody.
David Williams is back up to about 50 after being down to less than 10,000.
He's under the gun since Perkins straddled, and Williams calls. Ace-9 of clubs for Laak. Limps. CADA. King-deuce suited. Calls.
Call.
Mercier calls.
If you had 2 blank cards right there.
Cannon folds.
Pot.
Would you call?
Not anymore. He just potted it. Damn.
Perkins pops it.
I mean, as long as they're real bicycle, you know, like standard 52 color deck, then yeah, I'll call.
Perkins has the best hand, but I'm not sure how much respect he's garnered so far at this table.
He has respect from Williams.
Change, please.
Poor Phil Laak had to break that chip.
You broke it. Insta.
Laak calls. CADA folds.
I was like, no thanks.
Mercier's out.
We meet again, Doctor.
Yep.
Dr. Phil.
I have 10-6 of diamonds beat.
4-4 queen.
Perkins has Laak dominated, but there are plenty of outs to a chop if it gets that far.
12,000.
Perkins bets 12,000.
3/4 of the pot, pretty strong.
What do you want me to do?
Is this a binding? Is this like the Bill Perkins business deal binding?
No.
Okay.
This is me trying to.
They're asking you, and it's binding. Like if you say,
If it's binding, I'll call it out.
yeah, he said you want me to call or fold. And if you see fold, he's not going to raise you.
But if I said all in, would you do all in?
Don't think that's a yes.
I don't know, kid.
Laak folds.
Nice bluff.
He already cracked into his hundreds. That's going to get him going.
Show me a
wanna
bluff.
see it?
I want to see the bluff. Yeah.
You want to see it?
I want to see it.
Ace high.
It's probably the best hand.
Best hand. Best hand by far.
Well, that pot strips Phil Laak of most of his profits this session, while the businessman continues to have things go his way.
Perkins hasn't slowed down all week, as evident by his table-leading VPIP and flop scene percentages. We asked at halftime if anyone will put him in his place, and that just hasn't happened. Since the businessman has won so much at Showdown, it's clear that he's running pretty well, and the pro's strategy to trap him in big pots just hasn't worked out.
It's been a fun ride for the man from Houston, Texas.
Should never have colored up. I lost my wall. I lost, like, it felt like some kind of weird.
So you believe in that stuff, right? And Antonio doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what I believe in right now. I shouldn't have.
Laak, queen jack suited. Raises to 1,000. Pocket pair for Joe CADA. Calls. Mercier folds. Fishman. Ace jack. He's out.
I respect what Fishman's doing, but I'd have a hard time playing this way.
Ace-5 for the businessman.
Whatever.
Perkins calls. Williams is in.
Bill Perkins, the algorithm should be this. I've come into the pot. It costs you a used mountain bike, a really nice used mountain bike to get in, so you just enter.
Stapes?
No idea.
Didn't think so. 7-9 tray.
After all that.
Check.
Perkins checks. Williams checks. Laak checks. CADA checks. 5 of hearts on the turn makes DW straight. Perkins has a pair as well. Action on him.
Also, David has the only heart.
Check.
Perkins checks. Williams bets 3,000.
He's got 3 opponents drawing dead on the turn. Not too bad.
Laak folds. Same with CADA.
Perkins just made 3rd pair. I know he hates folding, but...
Could this be it? Is it my time?
Your time. It's been your time. You're up 50K.
Yeah, but every time I get on a roll, you siphon just a little bit.
I'm like a parasite. I just latch on the side and grab a few thousand every now and then.
I just don't know what you have. I'm so scared of you.
Well, the best way to find out what I have is to call this 3,000. That's the start. And then we'll see from there how to see the rest.
What would you like me to do, sir?
Put $3,000 in.
You want me to put 3,000?
Yep.
He asked for it.
There it is.
Easy money.
The river, 7 of clubs.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Williams not at all afraid of that 7.
You can't get mad at me.
Okay.
All right, I check.
Perkins checks.
Now he's not mad at me. He's not scared of me.
Williams bets 5,000.
I hate you.
I want you to put $5,000 in. Actually, I want you to raise it.
Never.
Okay, I want you to put 5,000.
Just show me one card. Just show me one card. One card.
I can't do it.
One.
I can't.
Show me one card. Will you show me one card, and then I promise you I won't go all in? I'll just raise. But I won't raise you your whole stack to make you go all in. Maybe I'll raise. It depends.
No, I can't show you that. We gotta finish it. I can't do that.
All
I
right,
get
all right,
raised
all right,
if I show a card. That's insane.
So want to call.
The businessman hates folding.
What would you do in this situation right here?
I don't even know what my cards are.
Can I show him my cards?
Sure.
What would you do?
Show everybody.
Am I allowed to do this?
Yes, you can look.
Of course you can. It's a hand. David, Fishman, for sure. For sure you can look, David.
It's not your money.
These guys are consent.
What do you want to do, Dave? What do you want to do? Are we going to get you to play one way or another?
Wow.
You can fold. There's no shame in folding.
For me, 5,000 is nothing. I would call that.
Yeah, that's called being facetious.
Look at this. No, I don't know.
You've been beating my ass all night, and I'm about to give you another $5,000. I'm not going to blame you. You're my hero.
He calls.
I couldn't show a card because either one probably gives it away.
You got that beat? Threes?
Hell no.
I'm like, I can't show this one.
It's your fault. I'm just kidding. I knew you. Sorry.
David Williams continues to rise from the ashes. Find out if he can get himself back to even by the end of the night. That's when the big game returns to Las Vegas right after this. Welcome back to the big game, where the loose cannon continues to sit in a comfortable position with a $131,000 profit. And people are going to say, David Fishman, what are you doing? You're folding these premium hands. What's going on here?
Fishman has completely shut it down and not seen a flop since doubling up on hand 97, even folding aces and kings pre-flop. Dave has locked up a nice profit for his family, and he seems bound and determined to protect it.
Can I have your autograph?
Absolutely.
I want your autograph. I'm dead serious.
Make sure you personalize it, though, or you could try to sell it on eBay.
Action starts on the superstar Jason Mercier. Jacks. Raises.
I'm sorry about that.
Fishman folds.
He almost did it without looking that time.
Read people. I figure you had a better read than me.
Perkins is out.
But it was the strangest thing. He thought it was like wrong and.
Williams calls. Lock. 10-6 suited. Folds. So does CADA.
You know how much you have, David?
50,000 exactly.
The flop. 8-4 ace. Williams with bottom pair. Mercier still good. And checks. Williams checks. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Adds a gut shot for Williams. Mercier still best. And with the only diamond. Bets 2,400.
This will be a tough call to make with third pair and no diamond.
I'm going to raise.
Williams announces a raise.
Raise.
7 more.
To 9,400.
David's trying to bluff Mercier off a single pair and maybe even a decent diamond. I think it's tough to rep a hand here, though, since diamonds or an ace probably would have bet the flop.
Mercier folds.
David Williams gets away with the bluff.
I think I saw a deuce. No deuce? 3-5? Wow.
The wheel. Another
That's what I thought it could be. 3-5 or deuces. That's what it felt like.
It was neither.
It was the first time I got a big hand in this game.
While David Williams' aggression keeps him headed in the right direction, the loose cannon has maintained a shutdown approach the whole night, Joe.
Before hand 97, Fishman was playing fairly solid poker, which put him up more than $140,000. However, since he hit the straight that paid off against Helmuth, the loose cannon has been in full lockdown poker mode, giving back $8,800, almost all of it in blinds and antes.
And if you're keeping track, Fishman has not seen a flop in 44 straight hands.
Fishman hasn't been playing tight. He's clicked the away button.
Well, if he folds the rest of the way in, he's going to finish with a profit of slightly under 130,000 bucks. He's under the gun, and 45 in a row.
8 to go.
That's going to be one happy phone call home.
Williams limps. Ace deuce for Laak.
People hit the lottery. People don't whatever. People.
Also calls. CADA in. Mercier. Free look at the flop, which is 6 ace 9, top pair for Laak.
Everyone but CADA's got reason to stick around in this pot.
CADA checks to Mercier, who has a flush draw. Bets 1,300. Williams calls with second pair. Laak calls. CADA folds.
Laak's got the best hand, but he's only about a coin flip to stay that way through the river.
The turn. Deuce of hearts, 2 pair for Laak.
Laak's hand improves, but Jason picks up even more outs.
A gut shot with a flush draw. Action on Mercier. Bets 4,300.
David Williams does have second pair, but he's been led into twice, and he still has Phil Laak to act behind.
Williams calls.
Very loose. Laak should probably raise.
Nope, just a call.
It's pretty tough for someone to have a better hand than him, and there are draws to protect against.
The river. 3 of clubs. Laak still best.
Jason hit a card, but not the one he was looking for.
Mercier. Chips in hand. Bets 12,500. Williams folds.
We know Laak's style is to just call when he doesn't have a super premium hand.
He does.
Set. Just kidding.
JK, another Merce roll.
3.
Laak wins a pot of 44,000.
Should have raised the flop. I should have raised the flop. I was winning, and then
No, you weren't.
I got beat.
I do want to play one more hand, though. One more, maybe. One more for posterity.
See if the loose cannon gets anxious or if he's just happy to keep his eye on that prize when we come back. Welcome back to the big game, where with 2 cannons still left to play, David Fishman has put himself in prime position for that NAPT passport.
That passport is worth an additional $50,000 and covers this season's leading loose cannons expenses and buy-ins for a series of NAPT events.
Didn't have ace and he did have kings. That's what I think is the most likely scenario.
Give me 7.
Still speculating over the hands Fishman folded pre-flop.
Oh, yeah?
We have a side bet on
Are there side bets on it?
Yeah.
Can I get in on the side bet?
No.
That's smart.
You had him.
I'm just curious. What are the side bets?
It's laid odds that you at least had one of them.
And then I'm saying that you had the aces specifically on that hand at 8 to 1.
So you're saying I had the aces? You're taking that? Who's going against them?
Me.
So if I had the aces, you win 800? If I didn't have the aces, he wins 100?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we're going to have to wait for TV to find out, unless you want to just save us time.
I already told you.
I think you had it the hand before.
I had him.
I think when you had him, buddy. I believe him.
I don't think he's lying.
Oh, my God, really?
I don't think he's lying. He's like,
You mean the hand that Phil had the 4 6s?
The 4 6s.
I had it.
I believe him. I really
Good
believe
thing
him.
we didn't make that bet. I was like willing to lay like.
What? They had a bet, though. They really do have a bet. He's going to win it.
Sure, I could.
He's going to win it based on that one.
3 to the flop.
Don't pay off until you actually see it, because my mind could be playing tricks on me, but I'm pretty sure I had it.
That's how surreal things are for this guy right now. Pretty cool.
King, Trey, 2 diamonds. Perkins with a flush draw. Checks. Williams checks.
Mercier taking a stab in position.
Bets 3,200. Perkins calls.
If anything, that validated his wanting to fold when he has the aces and folds and guy flops quad 6s. He's going to be like, woo!
That was the best freaking fold I ever made. That's the best free-flop laydown I've ever made. That was awesome.
2 to the turn. 4 of hearts, giving both a straight draw.
Perkins still free-rolling diamonds.
The businessman checks. The Mercier man checks. River, deuce of hearts.
Perkins is whiffed completely. He's got 7 high. So does Jason.
Perkins bets 8,000.
Even though they have the same hand, Perkins has acted first with aggression.
And gets it done.
Do you want to see or you don't want to see?
I had the worst hand possible on the board, so
you don't care.
sure, I'll see.
7 high.
That's exactly what I had.
I was free rolling you then, basically.
Yeah, you were.
That time the Sioux worked. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that.
Now that Jason knows what the Sioux is, he'll be able to murder the games when he visits Bill Perkins in Houston.
Yeah, according to Perkins, 7-5 is what they call the Sioux back home.
Apparently, the Johnny Cash song was originally titled The Boy Named 7-5.
CADA folds. Mercier, ace 9. Raises. Queen 10 for the cannon.
Almost the hand I would have called with. There's only one hand that I will call with.
And it's not this one.
King, queen of clubs, I'm guessing.
Perkins calls. Williams is in, locks out.
You know, through all his bluster and bravado this week, Bill Perkins has his style, and it's worked out well for him.
The flop, 6 king 6.
Apparently, David Williams is about to crack into a go-gurt.
Williams checks. Mercier.
He's got the best hand with ace high.
Bets 3,300.
Insta.
Fold.
I'm gonna raise.
Ooh.
How much did he bet? 7 more.
Williams raises to 10-3.
David Williams staying loose and aggressive to try to get unstuck. And Mercier seems relatively unfazed. With ace 9, this would be the definition of the hero call.
And he makes it.
Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, take your pick.
7 of spades on the turn gives Williams a gut shot.
We know Jason can't stand much more heat with his hand, so let's see if David can fire the other barrel.
Nope, he slows down.
Jason's call was enough to shut him down, it looks like.
Mercier checks 2. Queen of clubs on the river.
Mercier's check on the turn has given David another chance to try to steal this pot. Let's see if David has the nerve to pull the trigger.
Nope, Williams checks.
I feel like you have a 7. Check.
Ace high good.
Bad for me to hear. No pair. God, 20,000 takes it too.
Mercier wins a pot of more than 26 grand.
With just ace high.
The best part is, I feel like you have a 7, meaning if I bet I know you're gonna call, so I'll check and see if my ace high is good. That's the unspoken part of I think you have a 7 is the best part.
Yeah.
Since Mercier replaced Phil Hellmuth, he's been super aggressive, leading the table in pre-flop raising percentage at 43%, which is nearly double that of the next highest player, David Williams. Mercier normally pushes the action anyway, but after sitting in the green room for 4 days, it may have made him a little trigger happy tonight.
And to nobody's surprise, I noticed that David Fishman's PFR is 0.0.
But he does lead the table in the all-important dreams come true category.
Hey guys, last hand of the night. David, just one more.
This is it. This is it. Last one.
Anyway,
Huh?
I got him. See?
All right, the last of my chips to go away.
That's it. That's the last of the damage. Now you can log. What is the? Did you count it right there?
3 whites.
129.6.
Solid.
Wow.
That is a ridiculously huge number.
That's what I'm at.
Please play your hand. Please play this hand.
Do I got a monster? This is the monster? This is the monster. Here we go. I'm gonna look at 1. Oh,
Get in there, have some fun.
that is a monster card right
After
there.
folding.
That was a huge first card.
All right.
David Williams.
What?
His night's over. Lock 2. CADA. Folds. Mercier. Pair of 3s.
Jason's online name used to be Trey's Full.
Raises on the button. Queen 7.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Prophet.
Cha-ching, can I get a rack?
I am out.
This is where I lose everything right now.
Good luck,
This
guys.
is it right here. This is how it all ends.
It was a
Perkins calls.
I'm like the stats or whatever. I'm like 17% right now.
It was such a pleasure playing with you guys, by the way.
Deuce 6-8.
Check.
Perkins checks top pair.
He's checking to the razor.
Mercier checks back. Jack on the turn.
$1,000?
1,000.
I'll match it.
Itty bitty value bet.
7 of hearts on the river.
Should I bet 400?
You can do whatever you'd like.
All right, just.
Perkins does.
How much is in the pot?
Fold for 400. Do it. Make him look like a jerk.
Very little chance I have the best hand.
There's a call.
Just 8-9.
Tray's not full.
The businessman takes down the last hand of the night.
It's a pleasure playing. It was very simple.
It was awesome, guys. This was amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great week for the 2 amateurs. Bill Perkins turned a nice, tidy profit, and the loose cannon, David Fishman, has made it to the finish line up almost 130 grand. I suspect we know the answer on whether or not David will return to play next week, but we'll see if the night has any more surprises when we come back. Welcome back to Las Vegas, where we have just wrapped up another exciting week here on the Big Game. The businessman, Bill Perkins, has bested all the pros by taking home over $45K, but all eyes right now are on the loose cannon, David Fishman. After not seeing a flop the final 53 hands, he's sitting on a profit of almost $130K.
Playing that tight at the end would lead me to believe he's going to take the money and run. But hey, you never know.
Let's send it down to the floor with Amanda.
David, I suspect I know the answer to this question, but we have to make it official. Do you want to keep that $129,600, or do you want to come back next week to increase your stack?
All I want to do right now is go home and give my wife and kids the biggest hug. I am out of here.
You're out of here.
I'm done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You are leading loose cannon for the NAPT passport. Your head must be spinning.
Amazing.
Describe your emotions. How are you feeling?
I just want to go home.
He just wants to go home.
I just want to go home.
All right, well, congratulations again. That's it for this week, guys. I'm Amanda Leatherman saying goodbye for now. And remember, if you've got the cash and the
I
guts,
love you guys.
there's always a seat open at the Big Game. Good night, everybody.
For Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose. We'll see you next time.
I think he did what was probably right for him.
It's right to fold everything if that's life-changing money to you, which it is for him.
He did the math on his life, and he was like, okay, this is a huge windfall.
Hey, babe.
Yes.
You sitting down?
How much did you win?
$129,600.
Oh my God, you gotta keep all that money.
I know, I wish you were here right now, baby. I want to give you a big hug. I'm coming home to you and the kids. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
The preceding was a presentation from PokerStars.com.